Hi, I am Boz, and my group members are Remy, Jared, Anna, Julia, and Rachel. We chose social development through sports as our research topic. We as a group felt that sport is an important component to reshape a society. It is a healthy activity. It is important to discuss social evolution and transformation of professional sports. The society has evolved, and we call it globalization. In fact, technology provides us so much convenience. If you look back, sports gradually became professional and it created so many jobs. If we look at the slide, Olympics started in 1896. Major League Baseball was founded in 1876. National Football League was established in 1922. Professional soccer was started in 1960s. It means that when sports became professional, so many jobs were created. There was money, there was competition. But most importantly, it provided a platform for a healthy competition. Now, in the next slide, I will discuss about community development, how sports develop communities. This chart is taken from Community Health Solutions. This chart illustrates that helping community develop different kind of perspectives. Now, if you look at the chart, it tells us that sport develops skills, it engages community, it builds leadership, it builds teamwork, it also gives people self-direction, it also brings a positive change in the character. It is also a healthy activity, and it engages people socially. So if there is sports in the society, there will be healthy minds, people will be more focused on developing the society. Now, I will invite Remy to present his part.
Thank you, boss. And I covered economic impact, and a lot of people think that the sports industry doesn't have an economic impact on the whole economy of the United States, but in reality, if the United States didn't have the sports industry, the United States would lose roughly $14.3 billion in earnings per year. And also, sports creates around 456,000 jobs with an average salary of $39,000 per year in the U.S. alone. And also, there's a lot of careers that come from sports, and I'll have Jared cover that later. Also, I had community integration, and sports creates lots of programs that focus on keeping people out of trouble, keeping kids in school, keeping them focused. Like, for example, SEI, which stands for Self-Enhancement Incorporation, which has a focus on young African-American kids to keep them out of trouble. And we also have the YMCA, which focuses on the community and using sports to keep them together and just keep them focused, and creates team values and effort and stuff like that.
Defensive stance, get low. Ball.
I never used to like to play basketball, but I used to like Kobe.
Let's go.
When I went to third grade, I got into basketball because those are great players, and then I loved basketball.
Let's go, get low.
Hamza is one of those kids that I grabbed out of the court playing 21 all the time, and I was like, hey man, we have a team, you should join, got him involved. Now they're on the championship winning team for the association.
Sports for all, sports for fun is actually one of our 7 pillars from the Y. We want to make sure that everyone is having fun, they're learning at the same time.
We get to travel to different Ys that I've never been to. It's a fun experience just to play different teams that you've never seen before.
They involve everybody, so they got the boys at a certain age playing with girls too, and it's a good thing. They actually get some structure with it.
Straight back, there you go.
I play with boys and girls. It's really fun to be playing in.
Stay low, don't cross your feet.
Our youth sports programs gives kids confidence. It helps them with team building. It helps their social skills. I think it also helps with acceptance, cultural acceptance and tolerance.
This is Arman. Hi. From the first time we came here, and actually we felt very welcome.
We want to bring everybody into the gym Basketball was invented by the YMCA as a means to provide communities with opportunities to communicate and cooperate in these activities.
Oh, my mom said she wanted me to play basketball. It was her choice. It's healthy for me, and I can exercise. And my mom said in the future, it can be in the NBA.
Let's go! Hamza and the group he hangs out with, they have an outlet. And they use basketball as a way to release the energy that they have now that basketball's in the Y.
1, 2, 3, good job.
And stuff like that. And also, there's lots of programs that raise money for the fans that support the teams in order to give back to the community. And there's also lots of community-formed leagues to just keep people active and keep them out of trouble and keep them physically fit. And look for a local community tournament near you in order to stay active and get involved with the community. And next is Jared.
So one positive impact that sports has is that it promotes diversity. And having diversity in sports is important because it helps us respect each other's values in a wider society. And it doesn't matter what race you are or what your beliefs are. Being on a team with one goal, which is to win, can bring a bond with one another. And one unique example for promoting diversity is the Special Olympics. So the Special Olympics is people with disabilities are coming together to participate in games, and everyone comes to volunteer and help out and just have a good time and get to know each other. Another impact that sports has is that it creates career opportunities. So if the athlete is much more advanced than the others, that they could play the sports for a living and go professional. And sports doesn't only give the athletes a career, but it can give them a free or discounted education. So at a young age, if you're really advanced than the other kids, that you can get scholarship money. And sports doesn't only give the athletes a career, but it promotes other careers such as coaching, referees, managers, media, the news, etc. There's a wide variety of careers in the sports industry. And a sports can create a city, create the city and state pride just by having a bunch of people come together, with random strangers coming together and cheer on their own team. And a perfect example of that is the Seattle Seahawks. So there's 11 men playing on a football field, and they say that the crowd is so loud, and it distracts the other team that's like another person on the field, so they call themselves the 12th man. And it's just great that all these strangers come together from the city of Seattle or state of Washington and just having a good time and bonding together. And next, Anna will be talking.
All right, so we got some athletes' perspectives in how they thought about sports. We asked them a couple questions, and they said that with sports, they felt like they had a sense of belonging at their school and just in the community in general, along as they felt like they had a self-image where they're more confident about themselves and the people around them. Overall, through sports, they felt like they developed communication skills. Playing against other teams was good sportsmanship, and along with knowing that they can still exceed their limits. With everyone coming in together as a community, it makes sure that they're still experiencing diversity and being diverse themselves, which builds a trust with themselves along with their teammates. And then next is we also got some coaches' perspective. The coach says that watching his team grow, or his or her team grow, says that the players saw that they come out of their shell and they build confidence. Not just that, but they built discipline and good cognition, whether it's on or off the field, court, just in or outside the classroom. And they felt like they improved in the classroom. In general, with their schoolwork, their attendance, they've become more open-minded. Along with those lines is that they became more caring of themselves in general with their friends. Through sports, they also create long-lasting friendships, which is formed just in the youth, which can last beyond just in general in life. They can build friendships during middle school, high school, and it lasts all the way to college. Along with those is they learn time management with their priorities and becoming more positive in general. So yeah, also another thing is awards come into place where scholarships are available either during the youth and beyond. That includes free sports or free college tuition or just we're not being able to be in student debt, which also diminish stress, and as well as they need to be good in the classroom to have the scholarship, because with good academic standings they receive the scholarship, so it makes them improve in the classroom and outside the classroom. So lastly, we're going to have Boz explaining some inspiring society.
Okay, so you were expecting Boz, but I'm actually Julia. Thank you, Anna. We're going to be talking about how role models through sports inspire our society. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the athletes that inspire the youth. So kids that get involved in sports are known to perform better in their classrooms, and they are more involved in school, so they're spending time at school, they're playing sports, they're in clubs, they're doing after-school activities because they aspire to be like their athlete role models. Middle school and high schoolers could be encouraged to go the extra mile at school. So for example, taking AP and college courses in order to further along their education so that better schools will actually accept them so they could play the sport that they want to play at their school. In order to achieve their athletic success, they are encouraged to interact with coaches and teachers and the administration at their schools and the kids as well as their peers, because that's how they get the opportunities, and that's how they get to know how to move on towards their future. The youth thrives due to sports, because when kids are spending time in clubs and in sports and with these coaches that inspire them and their teammates who are working towards the same goal as them, they're spending less time off the streets and less time getting into trouble, and they do more things that are productive for them and for their future success. Also, sports has a lot of global exposure. So when it comes to cross-cultural experience, different cultures view sports in completely different ways. For example, in some cultures, sports is a huge thing where they encourage youth to get involved into sports because it teaches them leadership, it teaches them good sportsmanship, and it teaches them how to become a vital part into their society. While other cultures use sports as a way of having a good time and just interacting with each other. A lot of kids will just be playing in the fields after they do their chores at home, and it just creates a good community aspect. However, all things that cultures have in common is that sports is something that is well known around the world. And so as long as we know that sports is known around the world, and we know that there are different athletes that are known worldwide. So one huge example is Cristiano Ronaldo. He's a worldwide favorite athlete who many kids look up to in order to see how big his success got when he came from such a little amount. And different countries still cheer for him and know who he is. Just due to his success through working hard in this sport, and he's just an inspiration to all. And next, I'm going to welcome Rachel.
Thank you, Julia. We've talked before about programs that help kids kind of get a start in their sports and healthy careers, if you will. One in particular has been implemented by the U.S. Soccer Foundation. Their main goal is to help kids establish healthy habits and develop critical life skills early on. Through this program, the kids attend 3 times a week. They also learn about eating right and staying healthy. That's the main goal of it, as well as playing soccer. And then social development comes through the interacting with their peers and their coaches. They learn how to talk to superiors and how to kind of gain that overall respect for them, as well as it's the beginning stages of when they're going to start making friends and learning how to interact with others. So that's also a good way for them to gain those skills. One of the coaches that actually coaches for this program, she made a good point where it's also a good chance for girls to gain confidence with athletics early. That's something that, I mean, me as an athlete, it was difficult growing up with athletics being such a male-dominated activity. So for girls to learn that early and gain the confidence in sports early, it's good. So personally, I have been very blessed, if you will, with the social development I got through sports. I learned what I just talked about, respect for your coaches. That's a big one. That you can take that from coaches to other aspects of your life, like teachers and bosses and even your parents. You learn the importance of friendships. I know I'm still friends with people I met through athletics when I was younger. I know you can talk to many athletes and they'll tell you the exact same thing. And then recently I started coaching, and you can see the development through the kids. There's always one or two kids that you get and they're just not the best. And it's great to see how they are from the beginning to how they are at the end and how much development they've gained and improvement they've had. So next Boz is going to come up and close us out.
Thanks, Rachel. So we give some recommendations, and the first one is that there should be more workshops, there should be more awareness campaigns, the government should invest in schools, the government should also create more jobs in sports, the government should give more scholarship in sports, and it will help the society. And there should be social programs in the community to help the community know the value of sports. And I believe that sports will help individuals, it will help the groups, it will help the parents, and it will help the families. And last, I would say that sports is not just an individual activity, it's a social and collective activity. And we all should take responsibility in educating and creating awareness at how important sport is. And I also believe that, and I discussed with my group, that the more and more sports campaigns we have, we will create more healthy minds. And sport not just help you grow healthy physically, but it also help you mentally. So if there's sports and education at the same time, the student will grow more intelligent, they will be more smart. And thank you very much, and thank you.
We can see if we can find a video to put in. Oh yeah.